So today, we have two terrifying monsters from the Resident Evil franchise going head to head. Nemesis versus Mr. X from the remade games. Who wins? Let's find out. So, who's stronger? Well, Mr. X casually lifted and flipped over a helicopter with just one hand. He easily ragdolled Leon and Claire around and even lifted both of them up with one hand. He could walk through concrete walls as if they weren't even there. He busted out of a metal shipping container and busted through reinforced glass without trying. And he even punched through a brick wall and crushed a dude's skull with that very same wall. But Nemesis casually busted through concrete and stone brick walls. He effortlessly lifted and threw Jill around, even sending her flying. Easily smashed through floors, casually ripped a big piece of concrete out and ran with it. He destroyed a train car off screen. He temporarily stopped a speeding muscle car dead in its tracks with his body, and could effortlessly crush skulls. I'd say they're pretty even here in terms of strength. What about durability? Well, Mr. X was completely unharmed by conventional firearms, with even headshots not doing much if anything. He quickly recovered from being shot by the Lightning Hawk Magnum and point-blank grenade explosions. He easily withstood several point-blank explosions going off all around him, and he even withstood being crushed by an armored SWAT car into a concrete wall, followed by the car exploding, and he looked just fine when we next saw him. But Nemesis was unharmed by bullets, even headshots. He got right back up after being rammed off the top of a parking garage by a car and then being crushed by that car into the ground, as well as a claymore explosion that sent him flying into a truck. He was only dropped to his knees after a direct shot from a rocket launcher. He easily kept on fighting after grenade explosions and several shots from the grenade launcher. He survived a massive gas station explosion, a point-blank C4 explosion followed by a train crash, and being drowned in a giant bowl of acid. He also has an incredible healing factor, as he near instantly regenerated his arm after it was cut off. Yeah, Nemesis is tougher. I mean, he only dropped to his knees after a direct hit from a rocket launcher shot, while a similar rocket launcher shot completely obliterated Mr. X's top half of his body. Also, even though I think it's fair to say that Mr. X also had a healing factor, I also think it wasn't as good as Nemesis's, saying that Mr. X was killed by Williams after being nearly ripped in half, an attack I'm 100% positive Nemesis would have regenerated from. And now, speed, which Nemesis definitely takes the advantage. I mean, Mr. X just doesn't have very many speed feats to mention. Like, yeah, he could temporarily keep pace with Leon and Claire just by walking. And in his final battle with Leon, he showed that he could run very fast in a straight line. But Nemesis proved that he could do that and more. He easily dodged several grenade launcher shots and even straight up caught a rocket with his tendrils from behind. He also just showed to be more agile and mobile in his movements. So yeah, Nemesis is physically superior due to his greater durability, healing factor, speed, and agility. Nemesis also doesn't just have to fight with his fist. He also has his tendrils that can be projected from either hand. It can easily lift and throw people around, pierce straight through a guy's chest, and even crush a dude's skull. I don't think his tendrils could do all of that to Mr. X due to his bigger size and much better durability compared to the average human, but it's still an advantage for Nemesis. He also typically uses his tendrils more so than his fist in some scenarios. Nemesis has also shown to be more intelligent. Like, both were smart enough to follow orders and to continue their pursuit of their target and track them down no matter what got in their way or what happened to them. But Nemesis also showed that he was capable of perfectly using weapons like a flamethrower and a rocket launcher that had a targeting laser on it. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, Nemesis beats Mr. X every time. I just can't see a way Mr. X can win with him having no advantages and only their strength being equal. Nemesis is more durable, has a better healing factor, he's faster and more agile, and can match or even possibly surpass Mr. X in strength. He also has his tendrils and is proven to be smarter than Mr. X. Mr. X is a terrifying monster, don't get me wrong, and this would be a great fight, a fight we wish we got to see in either the Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 remake of their games. But Nemesis is just proven to be a superior monster to Mr. X. Nemesis wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.